Shalom, call halal, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, Bahashim, Wadash, double honors to the elder apostles and the bishops of Great Millstone, even the elders that came before them that taught us his truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word in truth and in sincerity, the hopeful like tabernacle of David. And the brother slash elder Yashawan. Shalom and salutations to you all. Snatching trucks, boy. Yeah, the repo man is out. The division. All right. Can you see the division? It's in your face. Are you looking? All right. Luke 12:51. Who's bringing it? Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth. I tell you, nay, but rather I'm bringing the division. But rather division. Who's I? I is Yahushua. Who's bringing the division? Yahushua is bringing the division. Where is it coming from? It's coming from the heavens. Nobody can stop this. All right? You think whatever's going on the ground, anybody is responsible for it? No. As above, so below. They got that right. First things happen in the spirit, then they happen on the ground. Okay? So, all this division you see, where is it coming from? It's coming from above. The Good News Translation. Do you suppose that I came to bring peace to the world? No, not peace, but division. What division? You can see it bubbling over the top right now. Watch this. I was looking for this Muslim prayer like yesterday or whatever, and I didn't use the right words, but here it is right here. Okay. So what's being done right now is Muslims, right? And they've been doing this for years, going back, 40 years. They've been demonizing Muslims and the Arabs, right? Why? Because they're going to make the men of the Lord, which we have nothing to do with this guy Ishmael. All right? We're not Ishmaelites. We don't worship the Ishmaelite God. But they're going to make it seem like we do. And everybody's going to buy right into it. They're not going to care what the truth is. They just want to hang a nigga. All right, so watch this. They're going to lump us in. The black Muslims. All right, remember that? They've been setting this up for a while. And your boy Farrakhan is knee deep.
This is happening in America right now.
What is happening? Look at this. Uh-oh. See how they're playing this? And all these people are what? Anti-Shemitic. Who are they coming after? They're coming after the men of the Lord. And make a man an offender for a word. For who? To set a snare for who? For him that reproved within the gate. The prophets.
This is happening in America right now.
Listen to the music. Somebody produced this. Look, this is all propaganda. Right? So it's antagonistic. Look at the look on his face. Look at this. All right? The whole thing. So look at the division. All right? And listen to how he's reacting to what he's being presented with. See this whole Mandami thing? Suddenly out of nowhere, an Arab takes over New York. How? Because they set this whole thing up. No Arab just jump up, take over. Just like the Indian. An Indian can jump up and become the president of the United States if that's what they want. They put Barack Obama's ass in there, but he claimed to be a Christian. So look at what's going on. This is the division. Who's causing it? The Most High is causing it. Yahushua is it. Let's look at things in order. All right? Yahushua, Salaki. Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua. Right? And who they give it to. right? They give it to Esau to go do what Esau's doing. Esau comes up with a plan. What's his plan? We're going to demonize these Arabs. We're going to demonize Muslims, right? We're going to put one as the mayor of New York. And we're going to light the entire world on fire and say that this Muslim, this Arab, right, plans to kill all Jews. This is what Esau is doing right now. Why? Because they're going to blame that on the men of the Lord. This Muslim wants to unalive all small hats. And they're going to blame that. That's going to fall on the men of the Lord's head. According to the scripture, right? They set a snare, a trap for him that rebuketh, and who? Who's that? That's us. Watch this cleverly designed bait and switch is what this is. They're setting up the Muslims to blame it on the men of the Lord. Scriptures told us who they're blaming it on.
This is happening in America right now. Not only are people saying that some cities are getting
Look at the faces. Where's this going, Jake? We're getting taken over. From New York on down. Mondami. Look at what's being pushed.
Not only are people saying that some cities are getting taken over, but now they're taking office. Yeah, getting elected and becoming government officials, possibly coming to a city near you.
And this is just a normal Edomite with a channel, pushing propaganda and fear, right? Probably getting paid to do it.
In Dearborn, this is the call of prayer that goes off 5 times a day here in the United States. Would you like to hear this blasting through your neighborhood?
Hell no, I wouldn't want to hear that shit 5 times a day. And this is 2025, and you could have that shit installed in your house so that the call to prayer would only reach your ears. We're not stupid out here. We understand who's causing the division. Esau's like, oh no, we're going to put it right on PA. We're going to dismantle. We're going to get everybody at each other's throat. It's 2025, motherfucker. There are ways around having everybody at each other's throat, but this is exactly what they want, and this is what we see. The division. Can you see the division?
She said 5 times a day. The word on the street is there's a major takeover happening right now. And some saying we don't have a lot of time left. And also, if you guys didn't hear, Mamdani victory signals earth-shaking shift in New York City politics. And if you guys didn't hear, Zohran Mamdani has just been elected mayor of New York City, defeating former Governor Andrew Cuomo. The headlines are reading, this victory is signaling earth-shaking shift in New York City politics. Have you seen the polls? Look where a lot of the votes are coming from. Down at the bottom, 70% are voting for that. So the problem a lot of people have is they see a lot of posts like that.
See them coming after us, Jake. Ahmad Babal. See that? See how they're coming after us? Can you see all the way down the tunnel? Who are they coming at? Let's get it real quick, because I'm not saying it. This is the scripture saying it. That rebuketh in where they abhor him in they set a snare. Amos 5:10, we'll read this one too. They hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly. indict a man. Though Isaiah 29 and 21 in the, I don't know what this is. Those who indict a man with a word, who ensnare the mediator at the gate, that's us, and who with false charges deprive the innocent of justice. Let's go in there. This is what we know. This is the new song that, when we hear this, our ears go up. Isaiah 29 and 21 in the King James. That make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the... Who is him that reproveth in the gate? Those are the prophets of Great Millstone. What are they doing? They're setting a trap for us. What is the trap? It's the word anti-Semitic, right? You Muslims, right? That's what they're calling the men that reproveth. And you Muslims, right, are taking over. We hear on the street that there's a takeover, really.
Been elected mayor of New York City, defeating former Governor Andrew Cuomo. The headlines are reading, this victory is signaling earth-shaking shift in New York City politics. Have you seen the polls?
There's
Look
a
where a lot of the
takeover.
votes are coming from. Down at the bottom, 70% are vote.
Who's doing this? Yahushua, through his dad. He's carrying out what? He done sent the vibration of division down here. Look at them backbiting each other, making shit up. Right? This is a takeover. Is it? How is it a takeover when whoever placed that man in office, because whoever unseated the Cuomos, who have long been placed there, they're just changing shit. This is part of the same storyline that they've been feeding us. It's just division time.
So the problem a lot of people have is they see a lot of posts like this, saying the D word to America and then burning our flag.
They are going to be all over us for doing that. I'm sure they got some Israelite groups with a flag.
All of your
shots, they can make a couple.
Upon the head of America.
This is in American cities.
You have school board candidates up and down, Muslims. City council candidates up and down, Muslims. Muslims are coming.
Muslims or Muslims? The black Muslim, the Muslims, the black Muslims. Ever heard of them? The black Muslims? I bet you those are the ones that are going to catch the fucking blame.
Into your government. And when they get to the government, they are not fighting for the American people. They are fighting for the Muslim people. They are fighting for their own interests. Look at the United Kingdom. If you don't believe me, look at the United Kingdom, who elected a Muslim mayor in London and elected Muslims all throughout the country. They are being replaced systematically. The British people are no longer living a good
facts
in their own country. The Muslims are taking over. They're implementing
facts.
Their Sharia courts. They're implementing their Sharia law, and slowly, the United Kingdom is done. It is done.
I've got a lot of
facts.
Crazy stuff that's circulating. It's been, I finally had to stop because I'm like, I need to get film in this video. I've got some insight from Charlie Kirk on this very topic. Also got Tucker Carlson talking to the president of Iran.
How is this guy putting all this together? How did he just go from whatever this invasion, right, is to Tucker, to Charlie, to TPUSA, that goes straight to the White House with J.D. Vance. TP goes straight to Donald Trump. He's hugging on the little girl, Kirk girl. Okay, so what's going on? They're going against the Muslims. Why? Who are they really after? Who's the target? Well, let's refer to the scripture. And lay a snare for him that reprove. Who's him that reproveth in the gate? Okay? Who's adjudicating? Who's out there being the judge? Right? Shoot. Let me tell you. Trap for judges. Those who lay traps for judges. See that? Who are the judges? Right? Kings and priests. Who are the judges? One who arbitrates. Arbitration. The arbiter. Mediator. With false testimony. They're gonna. What happened to Yahushua, who is a judge? He doth judge and make war, right? He's a judge. How'd they take him down? They took him down with false testimony. What are they about to do to the prophets? They're going to try to take us down with false testimony. Okay? It's saying it completely. They're trying to supplant. They're trying to be Jacob out here. Anyway, so just listen to his language.
I'm getting his take. I got some crazy news awareness and a crazy topic to go over with you guys because this definitely affects you coming right up.
Our women, the Hebrew Israelites, covered. They wear veils. They cover their head. Can't you see this? They're lumping us together. They're on some lump sum shit. Look at this over here. And listen to how he's talking. He's talking like a real Edomite. Real Edomites are circling the wagon. What they done elevated the Republican Party has went full Nazi. First of all, they said, let's take the mask off, motherfucker. Let's just go on and do it. And the problem with that, right, is the division. Okay, because you got over in the right, you got so-called Jews, and then you got Nazis. So there's the division. Now, what's going to happen with that civil war?
So you guys do your own deep diving and do your own research to clarify any of this. So what is making this topic kind of resurface is now these folks, Muslims, are getting elected into government positions left and right. Now, like I said, I've got Tucker Carlson interviewing the president of Iran and his take. I've got Charlie Kirk and some advice coming from him. I've got tons of videos of where this Islamic practice is just covering the streets with tens of thousands of people. But before we get to that, let me show you this viral video that's circulating and the perspective that this gentleman has on what's really happening to America and how we need to be all fully aware of what's going on and ultimately act now or
listen to Esau. Esau's making his move.
there's no turning back.
This is a warning to everybody in the United States of America, and I hope you're listening up very clearly. Islam is knocking at the door. And when Islam knocks on the door, they knock with a suicide vest strapped to them, all right? You are talking about jihad. You are talking about people taking over our government. Who are
See, Esau likes to scare you with words that you don't even know. Nigga, jihad, nigga, that's a fatwa. We got this a jihad, a fatwa. This is what do they call that? There's a big one out there. I think it's along the lines of jihad. The caliphate. And then, that's a caliphate. Nigga, that you know that the Muslims they're in the middle of a caliphate on your ass. A fatwa. Jihad, nigga. ISIS. See, they try to resurrect some old magic, right? What do these words mean? Fatwa, right? Jihad. Those are buzz and signal words that get nigga. They say jihad, his eyes widen up. Nigga, that's a jihad. That's a caliphate.
At the door. And when Islam knocks on the door, they knock with a suicide vest strapped to them, all right? You are talking about jihad.
Jihad, nigga. My nigga. Jihad, nigga. A caliphate.
Talking about people taking over our government who are Muslims and believe 100% in the doctrine of Islam, which is Sharia law, it is jihad, it is taqiyya, it is every horrible thing you imagine. These people
It's
do
a
not
caliphate. Every horrible thing that you can imagine. Look at his eyes. Look at this nigga.
our God. They do not respect
When he says jihad, look at this nigga. He got $7 grand for this. Look at the acting. Come on.
Aware of what's going on and ultimately act now, or there's no turning back.
Act
This is a
now.
warning to everybody in
Watch
the United
jihad.
States of America, and I hope you're listening up very clearly.
Jihad.
Islam is knocking at the door.
Jihad.
And when Islam knocks on the door, they knock with a suicide vest strapped to them, all right?
Caliphate.
You are talking about jihad. You are talking about people taking over our government who are Muslims and believe 100% in the doctrine of Islam, which is Sharia law, it is jihad,
Sharia
it is
law.
taqiyya, it is
Taqiyya.
every horrible thing you imagine. These people do not
It's haram. It's haram, nigga. What is haram?
worship our God. They do not respect our Constitution. These people walk around a black box in Mecca and yell Allahu Akbar, which is a call to war. It is a call to war. They're not here to assimilate. They're here to take
God is great. Allahu Akbar. It's a call to
over. Omar Fateh in Minneapolis. He almost won that election. He may win that election. It's still early. We don't
look like a nigga from Minneapolis.
know. Zoran Mamdani, who is a complete Islamist, he won his election in New York, and he won it pretty resoundingly. The Democrat lieutenant governor of Virginia, we didn't even talk about her. Nobody even knew where she was coming out of. She is a Muslim who wears a hijab.
She's a Muslim who wears a hijab. God. Okay, so you see the division, right? All right, Salakia. I'm going a little long. Let's go here. It's the two white women that in their youth they were told that they were beautiful. Now they're old. You can see that they're not beautiful. But that doesn't mean that there aren't ones that are. I happen to know a few. One in particular, anyway. I've had it, and go ahead, Pumps, take it away.
MAGA fancies itself a big tent party, a big tent full of racists that are now fighting over which groups they can be racist about and which groups they can't.
Okay, so let's get to Civil War real quick before we go any further. I'll let a little bit of that play. We'll go ahead and close. Civil War. Doomed. Look here. Luke 11:17. Maybe I don't want that one. I want a different one. Let's see. Civil War is doomed. This is not the same one. No, this isn't it either. It's a lot. By Civil War. I like this one. I think, right? It's a little different. Nope, it's not. Matthew 12:25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. And every city, listen, or house. What house? The GOP. See that? The GOP is a house, right? Right? Or House divided, or the House of Representatives, or whatever, Congress, or house divided against itself shall not stand. Okay? The RNC, the Republicans. Hell, Esau, the Edomites,
That's what we're dealing with. That's the governing.
the house of Esau.
MAGA fancies itself.
Although, this girl right here, more so than this one. I think this one is a Jake. They might both be, but this one, she, her tongue is just extremely sharp, and she's gifted. We'll say that.
MAGA fancies itself a big tent party, a big tent full of racists that are now fighting over which groups they can be racist about and which groups they can't. That's what we're dealing with. That's the governing party. And they have fed this xenophobia and this tribalism and these culture wars forever. And now it is erupting, and there is an all-out civil war in MAGA. And
All out what? She used it. Okay? In MAGA, in the RNC. Okay? Not just MAGA. Okay, the whole party is fighting. You got Nazis against straight up small hats, right? Talk about, well, wait. Now, how do we parse this out? And you can't. Okay? What does the scripture say is going to happen? Right? It shall not stand. It's going to come to naught. Where is it? Fall. A town or family, the RNC, splittered by feuding, will fall apart. Okay? You gotta say it so that Jake can understand. And a town or family that fights will soon destroy itself. You understand that, Jake? Okay? Will not last. Household, the house of the RNC, the Republicans, the maggots. It says, in any town or family that divides itself, they're dividing themselves into groups which fight each other, will fall apart. Okay? House in which there is, in every city or house in which there is eternal strife, will be brought low. Okay? And that's what we see. Eternal strife. So let's see. Let's look at some eternal strife here. Okay, she's explaining it. What's going on?
it's delicious. Grab your popcorn and enjoy the show. All right, pumps. First up, we have Vivek Ramaswamy.
Here we go.
And you know that
Indians. Okay. Usha's an Indian. Vivek is an Indian. Dinesh is an Indian. Right? What's going on? Division. Go home. Get the fuck out of my country.
Vivek is a huge MAGA supporter, and he endorsed Trump and is of Indian descent and is Hindu. So, Kylie, pop this up. Vivek Ramaswamy says, end identity politics. And here are the responses that he gets. End foreigners in American politics. Got a better chance of an Indian finding a toilet.
What does that mean? Does that mean they shit right out on the open street?
Get the fuck out of my country.
Rigatoni.
So this is what Pumps and I talk
Tony
about a lot,
Rigatoni.
listener. When you have the Kash Patels, who is a man of Indian
Kash
descent.
Kash Patel. Right? So you can see just through these different, situations, if you will. Right? Look at Dinesh coming out. If you know who that guy is 40 years ago, like I do, Right? This motherfucker crying about anything racist right now is hilarious.
In the heart of a racist political party, when you have the Scott Besant, an out of the closet demon queen, in the heart of a homophobic party, when you have Caroline Levitt, a woman in the heart of a misogynist party, no one is safe. At some point, the knives will be at you. And the same thing is
And the knives are out right now.
happening now for J.D. Vance, except for you would think that J.D. Vance would be joining the anti-racist movement because his wife is of Indian descent. She's Hindu and he has mixed race kids. But he seems to pile on every chance he can get. So pop up this next tweet. This is J.D. Vance's biggest political problem in 2028. How on earth is he going to get the MAGA base to accept her? And Pumps, as I showed you, the hatred that Vivek got.
That's that division, boy. You just say what the hell you want to. And they're supposed to be on code. Oh, don't say that she's RNC. You can't say nothing. Hell no, she's Indian.
Nobody cared in the base because they fed breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks to this rabid base. They fed racism to them for so many years now that it doesn't matter that Vivek identifies as MAGA. He's still not safe from racism. And now people are identifying Usha as being a political liability for J.D. Vance. And I have to say, he feeds that narrative.
He does.
Like she's a political liability.
Well, I think in an interview he said, I love my wife, but she can't help it that she's of Indian descent. I mean, it's like, that is so tepid. Like, you need to come out swinging at these people. But in terms of they will turn the knives on you, remember Vivek just went deep into Trump. And the minute it was time for appointments and special privileges, he put Vivek under Elon Musk, and Elon Musk didn't even make it to the inauguration on the Doge committee.
You mean Vivek didn't make it?
Oh, I'm sorry, Vivek didn't make it because he had used him up. That's what he used him for. He didn't need him anymore. He was disposable. And MAGA is never going to accept Usha Vance because they're racist. They are fucking racist to the core. What they ate for...
So let's get to the real, this devil's taking off his mask. He's just, hey, nigga.
Okay, and then here's another tweet with retweet of Vivek Ramaswamy. And so he
The Charlie Kirk haircut. I'll be the next Charlie. Fucking clown.
a picture of himself with his kids and said, Happy Halloween. And then Dinesh D'Souza, this guy is this conspiracy theorist that makes the documentaries, is a total MAGA nut. He retweets this and he's trying to defend his fellow MAGA politician of Indian descent to the rabid racist base that they've all fed for years and years. He said, look at the abuse Vivek is getting for posting an innocuous photo with his boys. This is the shit show that Heritage and Tucker have brought upon us. If this continues, I would not be surprised to see mass deportations of Blacks, Latinos, other minorities from the GOP unreal. Leave this up here for a second. Ron Filipkowski responds to that and says, a shocking report that pervasive racism has been discovered in the Republican Party. But what's important here is Dinesh D'Souza is a full-blown big liar of the election of 2020. These people, both of these people, are knee-deep into MAGA, and what they're finding out right now is that when you join a racist regime and you are marginalized or you are a minority, the knives that you enjoy being put at gay people, being put at Black people, being put at women, you're not safe from those same knives. At some point, they turn to you. And you might have noticed Dinesh D'Souza in that tweet is blaming Tucker, Nick Fuentes, and the Heritage Foundation. And that's what it is at the epicenter.
That is classic division. All right? That's Dinesh D'Souza's fucking Indian wake up call.
of this Civil War. And I want to remind you that Tucker and the Heritage Foundation were all chips in on MAGA. These are Trump supporters. Okay.
Nazis.
And so Ben Shapiro, and I want to remind you that Candace Owens used to work for him.
Shapiro's a small hat. So now we're moving into Nazis and small hats.
Had a
A whole different division.
fundraiser for Donald Trump. Ben Shapiro's a big Zionist. Ben Shapiro's big MAGA. He's a big conservative. Well, all of a sudden, the Zionist movement that went all chips in on Donald Trump is now meeting what is welcome in this tent, which are the true, real anti-Semites. Not the people who speak out against the Israeli government, but I'm talking about anti-Semitism. Pure, unadulterated Jew haters. And they're starting to realize, oh shit, we're doing this, but at a cost. Ben Shapiro put up this tweet. Ben Shapiro does a 41-minute video where he says no to the Groypers. And the Groypers are the supporters of Nick Fuentes, who is a neo-Nazi. Yeah, says it with his own words. I'm a neo-Nazi, I'm an anti-Semite, fuck women, fuck black people, total white supremacist, right? So Ben Shapiro says no to the Groypers, no to the cowards like Tucker Carlson who normalize their trash, no to those who champion them, no to demoralization, no to bigotry and anti-meritocratic horseshit. Okay, leave this up, Kylie. Where he says no to cowards like Tucker who normalize their trash. Ben, you did a 41-minute video and didn't bring up Trump not one time. That is normalizing this trash. He is the leader who unleashed these people. And Elon Musk with all this free speech and pro coup attempts and pro-insurrection attempts. And remember when Kanks talked about they're good people on both sides?
Right.
Well, he was talking about anti-Semites that said Jews cannot replace us. But you saw that he could be manipulated so that Israel could get all the bombs it wanted. And so you have played with the wrong people. Wajahat Ali responds to this and says, this is your party and movement, Ben. You created it. You made millions off of hate. You unleashed these freaks on all of us, and now they've turned on you. Own it.
What a great response. And if you'll remember, in the wake of Charlie Kirk's death, the immediate aftermath, it was Ben Shapiro will go and run Turning Point USA. Those were the reports. And you and I were immediately like, never going to fucking happen because...
How's Ben Shapiro, the small hat, run up and push a Christian organization, right? A Christian nationalist organization. What's going on? All right, this shit's falling apart.
Racist and anti-Semitic. And sure enough, that was squelched very soon. So here's the thing.
Salaka.
Now they've turned on you. Own it.
What a great response. And if you'll remember, in the wake of Charlie Kirk's death, the immediate aftermath, it was Ben Shapiro will go and run Turning Point USA. Those were the reports. And you and I were immediately like, never going to fucking happen because they're racist and anti-Semitic. And sure enough, that was squelched very soon. So here's the thing. Like we say all the time, it doesn't make me happy that people are anti-Semitic and turning the knives on each other. But Ben Shapiro owns this. He owns this hatred. And I hate hatred and bigotry and racism and all that. I hate all of it. But he stoked it. He loved on it. He nestled it in his bosom. And now that he's the recipient of it, I hope that it will give him
I'm the victim. I'm the victim. I'm the victim. Well, what did you do? They're attacking me. Why? What did you do? I'm the victim.
See, in perspective. Am I holding my breath for that? Absolutely not. But this is who these people are. Donald Trump pardoned all of these white supremacists, Proud Boys, white supremacy groups. That's who these people
The division. Can you see it?
are. You go to a Trump boat race, you see Make America Great Again flags and the Nazi swastika flags. That's who they are. And Ben, you are too smart.
This thing is falling apart. The narrative is falling apart.
Or too stupid to know it, too arrogant or too smart. I don't know which one. But now you reap what you sow. And I mean, that's just where we are.
And it's just stunning to me that he goes on for 41 minutes and doesn't identify the cohesive culprit at the top of all of this bigotry that has created this big tent. And anti Semitism has always had a home in the Republican Party. These Christian Zionist pumps that you and I grew up around, that your family is, evangelical Christians that believe that the Jews need to be in Israel for their apocalyptic dream to come true so that Jesus can come and then wipe them all out and send them to hell forever and ever, is inherently anti Semitic. But you use that because you want the money for your wars. And the gig is kind of up right now. And when you partner with and arrive under a tent with real anti Semites, and that's what the Heritage Foundation is. These are Christian nationalists, that the Jews are a prop for their apocalyptic dream.
And there it is. There's the division. Let's get there. Salaki, I know I'm going long, but this is what it is. How can two, right? How can two? Not in here. Is it in the Apocrypha? Salaki, I'm gonna look on the phone real quick. Bear with moi. Abakashah. Bear with moi. Abakashah. Let's see. How can two, lest they be agreed? Let's see. Let me do that real quick. I don't see it. Must be in the Apocrypha. Salaki. Amos, what? Salaki. Is it Amos? Oh. I said how can. How about this? Can 2. Amos 3 and 3. Can two walk together except they be agreed? Where were we? Okay. Going back to the Nazis and the so-called small hats.
Their apocalyptic dream. That's all it is. And when you're used as a prop and you're viewed as a prop, then your humanity is completely stripped. So Ben is not that the Jews are a prop for their apocalyptic dream. That's all it is. And when you're used as a prop and you're viewed as a prop, then your humanity is completely stripped. So Ben is not a credible messenger here. And this is what's got them all going pumps right here. So neo-Nazi Nick Fuentes has gotten uber popular. And he was really kind of passing Charlie Kirk in popularity.
Nick Fuentes is becoming the spokesperson for the Edomite race. Because they all feel like he does. Strip everything away is Nick. All right?
And he has these groypers. There was a case online. A lot of people felt like Tyler Robinson could have been radicalized by the groypers. I don't know if that's true or not, but there's this whole world, political underworld that doesn't present on mainstream internet or mainstream news. It's all in these chat rooms and it's kind of an underground, but it's millions and millions of followers. Here's neo-Nazi Nick Fuentes talking about how he is going to unleash the groypers on J.D. Vance if J.D. Vance runs for president in 2028. And get this, you guys, he links it to J.D. Vance kissing the ass of billionaires, which this is where we have real fucking problems right now. You have Zoran that links the ass kissing to billionaires as a destructive force, and he is going to have not be beholden to any corporation. He's going to fight for universal human rights. And then on the right, you have Nick Fuentes, Tucker Carlson, and Marjorie Taylor Greene linking the billionaires' exploitation of the working class, but don't buy it for a second, you guys. These people are anti-Semites. These are the type of people that use all of the tropes. These are the people that cherry pick human rights whenever it is beneficial to them. They wear human rights like a pair of earrings.
Right.
All right, I'm gonna stop it right there. The division is what we're looking for here, and I mean this is it's clearly very, very deep. So there's no undoing, you know. These people have turned on each other, right? They're everybody's doing their own thing. Going back to let's see, is that and I will select it. Father against son. Let's get that. That's that division. Luke 12. Let's get. I'm going to just read that again. 51. Luke 12:51. Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth, I tell you, nay, but rather division. For from henceforth there shall be 5 in one house, divided 3 against 2 and 2 against 3. That's all we need. What house? The House of Representatives, the Republican National Congress, the MAGA, House of MAGA. Okay? So we see it, all right? No peace, but division, all right? And it's clear, right? It's clear what route they're taking to get to the prophets. That's where this thing is going. They're going to call us Muslims, and the T word.
Woman is the lieutenant governor of the state of Virginia. It is
Pure
That might
demonization.
be a warning.
Is slipping away fast, and things are definitely changing even faster. And I think the Americans, this is not the type of change that they want. Now, this little clip's only 57 seconds, but basically they're saying that this is a Muslim brotherhood of leaders openly explaining.
Now, 1 minute they got, this is Ishmael. 1 minute they got Jake up there talking about Muslims, and these are all the faces of terror.
How they plan to conquer America and Europe and destroy Western civilization.
700 years
And it ain't even that. It's ideology is what they're doing.
of our trial to conquer Europe by force failed. They did something wrong, very wrong. They tried for many years to conquer Europe through wars, only wars.
This is the soft Islamic conquest of the West. Basically, what what the Islamic, again, I'm an Orthodox Muslim. What we couldn't do in the last, say, 20 years, now the West is doing it for us for free and even paying for it.
Allah permitted them to live off the infidel while they are subduing them.
I'm gonna go ahead and end it right there. So, I mean, you can propaganda your way right into World War III, and that's pretty much what's going. So, outrage in America, forced Muslim prayer one day ago. You see where this thing is going? They're going after who? The Muslims, and that's you, Jake. Bunch of you out there, right? They're gonna hold Farrakhan up and call him an anti-Shin, and then say Jake, and they're gonna say. Farrakhan said that we're the 12 tribes. See how they're going to do this? It's real simple. Anyway, with that, prepare yourselves. Get ready. Right? Bury your cross like Yahushua. All right? With that, shalom.